Hey guys, so like I said, I was going to post my video on my 1-month review on the Nuvo Abyss today. Now, as I was mapping out the video, I noticed that there was going to be a lot of stuff I was going to have to go over. So I decided I'm going to break this video into two parts. First, we're going to do why you shouldn't buy the tank or why you may not want to buy it. And in the second video, we're going to go over the pros and the advantages of buying this tank and why this could potentially even be a great starter tank for somebody. So why don't we get started with this video of why you shouldn't buy the Nuvo Abyss. There's a couple things that I've noticed about the tank after having it for about a month that I don't like. The number one is that the tank is made of acrylic. I've never had an acrylic tank. I've always had glass, and I've always heard that acrylic scratches very easy. So going into this, knowing I'm going to get a tank that's acrylic, I was trying to be very, very careful. I wasn't using any metal blades, everything was plastic. I even had that little magnet scrubber. But even then, there's still scratches in the acrylic. Now, it's not something I could pick up with a camera. I tried to get a picture of it, I couldn't. But as I clean it, I always see these little tiny scratches. And maybe it's because the line of work I'm in that I had to be very detailed and I had to notice the smallest imperfections, that now here at home I can notice those imperfections right away in the glass. But it bothers me. So if they would have had a glass option, I would have gone that route. But they didn't. I like the drop off, so I went ahead and got the acrylic tank. Now sticking with the glass, now when they put the acrylic, they stack pieces on top of each other. In order to get the drop off, you have these small pieces of acrylic on the bottom that create the bottom of the tank. Now, I don't know that if when they created the back part of the aquarium, they only tinted or blacked out a certain part of it, and they didn't black out this bottom part. But given that my tank is in front of a window, which you might say, well, you're not supposed to put a tank in front of a window, but this is the most ideal place in my home for an aquarium, so this is where I put it. Light will actually shine through the blinds, and the light will come through the bottom of the acrylic because the acrylic is clear. Now, I don't know what kind of effect this will have on my sand bed, since usually in most tanks, the bottom of the sand bed doesn't get any light. Well, the bottom of this sand bed is going to get light because the light's coming right through the bottom, right through the acrylic. We'll have to wait and see if anything happens, if somehow gets algae under there because there's light going through there. Who knows? But that's one thing I don't like. I might have to go back there and tape it off, tint it, so the light doesn't come through. Another thing about the tank is that the pump is very loud. Very loud. Actually, if I stay quiet, the mic might actually be able to pick up the pump. It's so loud that when I'm in my room, which is made 15 feet away through two walls, plaster walls, you can still hear the pump. So the very next upgrade, the very next piece of equipment that I buy for this tank is going to be a new pump. I have to. And sticking with the pumps, the tubing from the pump that comes out, that feeds out into the tank, they actually leak. You can get a lot of salt creep around it. If you look where the elbow meets the return tube, you can see the chunk that's missing. That's where it leaks, and I'm getting the micro bubbles from. Now, I don't know how I'm going to fix this. I might have to super glue, because I get that salt creep, and I also get a lot of micro bubbles in there. So it's something I'll probably do when I replace the pump. I'll replace the pump, take apart the tubing, fix the crack that's in it, and then put it on. Hopefully that fixes everything. Another thing, it's kind of hard to clean. On the drop-off section, there's a piece of acrylic which creates a drop-off. There's a lot of algae built up there, And it's not something that you can stick a scraper in and scrape it off, because you want to accentuate your drop off. You want to show it off. So you aquascape wanting to accentuate the drop off. Well, when you do that, you're not going to be able to fit a scraper in there to scrape it. So it always gets really dirty. That's another thing to take into consideration. You'll never be able to clean that piece. Hopefully your snails and your cleanup crew can get on there and clean it off for you. That's the only way it's going to get clean. One of the cons, which I think is actually the biggest, besides it being acrylic, besides the loud pump, is the filtration. When you buy the tank, it comes with two 200 micron filter socks. This is a brand new one. This is the one that came with the tank when I bought it. Two of these. Now, luckily I bought that custom caddy. So I ran this filter sock for 1 week. It got really dirty, I took it out. I ran the second filter sock for another week. That one got dirty. I left it for a couple days, and all of a sudden I had tons of algae. Besides the normal algae bloom, there was another algae bloom. And it's because these things, like they say, filter socks, if you don't change them, they're nitrate factories. So I took the filter sock out. Within 2 days, the algae started to clear up. So I've been running this for about a week and a half with no filter socks. I went ahead and I ordered 2 more of these and actually have 3 more on order. I plan on having 7 filter socks. That way I can have them in there for 2 days. Take them out, it should last me about 2 weeks between the 7. Then I can wash them and use them again. Ideally I want to have a total of 10 filter socks. But the thing is, why would they just include 2 filter socks? Luckily I bought the custom caddy, so I could run the 2 filter socks and it lasted me 2 weeks. What about somebody that doesn't buy extra filter socks or a custom caddy? They drop in their 2 filter socks, 1 on each side. It's gonna last them a week. They're gonna have to take them off and wash them. And that brings up another thing. What would be the best way to wash these? Most filter socks, you take them out, you can throw them in the washer. These ones come with these brackets, which are nice because you just drop it in, pull it out, super easy. But how are these going to hold up in the washing machine? The plastic break, will it get brittle after a while? Because the filter sock doesn't come off of the bracket. If you look, it's actually molded into each other. So it would have been nice if they would have included the custom caddy, charged me a little extra for the tank, or if they would have given me the option to upgrade, that would have been really nice too. I'm actually thinking about just buying another custom caddy and putting it over there and running the filter socks every now and then when I want the really clear water. Because when you have a filter sock in there, it does get really clear. You can notice the difference right away, but they get so dirty because they're 200 micron. And it's not like you can buy a different micron filter sock, because Innovative Marine is the only ones that make this style of filter sock. So that's one thing. So take that in consideration, the filtration, if you're going to buy this tank. Because if you think about it, I'm going to have about almost $75 more aside from what I bought the tank for in just having basic filtration. Basic mechanical, basic chemical filtration. $75. So I'm still weighing my options of what I'm going to do with the filtration. Probably the biggest con of this tank, the filtration. Now, having said that, I am going to post a video of the pros of this tank. There's a lot of great stuff in this tank, and it could potentially make a great starter tank for somebody. So hopefully I'll post that video on Sunday. My initial plan was to make both videos and post them on the same day. Given the circumstances that I'm going to have this weekend, I can't do that. So hopefully Sunday I can put up the pros of why you want to buy this tank. And I actually have 3 more videos that I want to post. I want to post a video of the cost to get this tank started. How much will it cost you to buy this tank get it started, and have it set up to where you can have coral and fish in it. I also want to make a video about some of the new additions that I have on it. I know I said I wasn't going to buy more, but you know how it is. You go to the fish store, you get some RO water, and you come out with more stuff. So I plan on posting videos, so I got 3 more videos coming. Make sure you subscribe so you get notified when those are coming out. Give the video a like. Leave me a comment with any questions. That way I can address them for you in the next videos. Thanks for watching, guys.